So you've been wanting to research companies, but you don't necessarily have the time to do it yourself, or you don't know how to do it yourself. In this series of videos, I'm going to be going step by step through my entire process from beginning to end on how I find companies, what I look for when I do my initial research on the companies, if they pass my initial research, how do I value and evaluate them after reading their financial statement. I will go step by step, including valuations when we get to that point, in how to evaluate companies. My name is Jason Rivera, and welcome to Value Investing Journey Case Studies. Today's video, we're going to continue talking about ROCE, Return on Capital Employed. I'm going to show you how to calculate it on this advanced training video. I need to let you know you can get this series as a podcast anywhere in the world for free on all major podcasting platforms, Stitcher, Anchor, Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, and more. You can get this as part of the I Love Value Investing podcast anywhere in the world for free. To subscribe and hit the notification bell if you're watching on YouTube, so you're notified every time we release a new video, and release new videos all the time. Okay, so you see up here, the last couple of weeks we talked about return on capital employed. For this, we talked about ROIC. All those links to those previous videos are in the description below this for context to this video. Last week, well, a couple weeks ago, I got busy last week, so I couldn't make this video. 2 weeks ago, I showed you how to calculate ROCE after explaining what it was and why it was important. Today, I'm going to show you an advanced training on ROCE. This involves all of this up here. Well, most of this up here. And it's similar to the ROIC calculation in terms of the stuff that you're adding to this advanced training. So, ROCE is operating margin, or EBIT, divided by total capital employed, and I calculate total capital employed as total assets minus current liabilities. I explain why I calculate this way in the previous video of the series, so if you want context on this, go to that video. But for now, so I'm going to label this better than I did last time, so I don't get messed up. Equals EBIT divided by minus, EBIT plus 7 plus and normally, again, this includes other calculations like tax assets and stuff like that, but there were none for Microsoft or Procter and Gamble. It doesn't look like, so those aren't on this calculation. To get the full calculation, where is that? I don't have that on the screen, so I'll put a link below in how to calculate total enterprise value. Or now that I think about it, I don't think I've made a video showing the full calculation of total enterprise value, so I'll make that into I'll turn that into a series as well. So, okay, note that. What's debt? This would be, let's see, I'm not very good at math here, so if I get this wrong, let me know, but I'm going to know what I'm going to be doing, so that'll make it clearer here. So ROCE equals, and I'm going to use the same numbers for Microsoft and PG. That's why I have this other sheet up over here, just so I don't have to calculate them again. If you want to see how I find these numbers here for this full calculation, you go to our advanced training on ROIC, and you'll see the full video on how and where I find these numbers on, and it requires looking at the most recent annual report. So if you want to figure out or learn how to find these, go to that video, and that's linked below this. Otherwise, I'm going to do this relatively quickly here to save time. So, okay, total capital employed was 18.3. So this should be minus, and the other numbers over here. Sorry, plus or minus. If I minus things, that would make it look even better. But you need to add these things so that you're aware of where, frankly, the real world aspects of the company. Again, you want to know what these operating leases are and things like it, underfunded pension, stuff like that, because you want to think of the company as an entire, or as if you were to own the entire business, because as a shareholder, you're essentially owning a portion of the business. So you want to think like that. So in capitalized operating leases plus 4.8 in plus 25.1 in purchase plus 0 equals, okay, plus 16.8, 8 plus 1 equals, that is not correct. Sorry about that. 19.3 plus 16.8, 8 plus 24.1. There we go. 164, 64, there we go, billion. Okay. So equals 53 divided by 164. So again, this is still a very good number. 32.3%. I look for anything above 10% on a consistent basis. Like I do up here. This is a more real world version though, because again, thinking as a total business owner, which is what you should think of it in when you're evaluating any stock for investment. You want to know what the kind of total all-in costs and expenses will be. That includes things like operating leases, long-term contracts, and pensions if there are any. You want to know that as a total or as a complete business owner. And also, this gives you a more conservative, but probably a more real-world estimate of what their true profitability is as well. So this I would peg as close to the true profitability of Microsoft. Again, ROIC we see over here was 100%. Yes, that's good. I don't think that's even close to correct. I don't think for every dollar in sales they make, they earn back $1. They earn a lot of money. I don't think they earn that much. This is another reason why we do these metrics both combined with unlevered return on net tangible equity as well. So let's copy all this. There we go. Okay. twice. Okay, so for Procter & Gamble, 15.7. 46.9 plus, did I delete their numbers? Where are their numbers? I think I might have deleted their numbers. I don't see them. That's because I have to scroll down on this sheet. Duh. Okay. So Procter & Gamble, where are we at here? Yeah, I did a terrible job not separating these last time, so that's why I'm trying to remember what I was doing here. So 45.9. I'm trying to do a better job of it here. .82. So the reason I'm not adding in total short-term and long-term debt here, I should explain this for the Microsoft number. The reason I'm not adding short and long-term debt here is because short-term debt comes out in this part of it here. And this just, frankly, the long-term debt isn't just part of this calculation. So except for the once you capitalize stuff over here. So that's why it's not added over here. I should have explained that earlier. Plus 0.63 and 7. And again, as I said in one of the earlier videos in this series, I don't know if this is the technically correct way you're supposed to do things. To me, this just makes the most sense. So if there's a college finance professor out there who says something else or has a different opinion, I understand that. I was completely self-taught with all this stuff, so this is what makes sense to me. I don't know. Some of these metrics I use and talk about on these videos, and the way I calculate them is different than most probably professors would like or teach. So, but I'm not going for yes, I want to be as correct as possible, but I want to do what also makes sense in a real world sense as well. So that's why especially one of my other valuations, I've never seen anywhere but for me, and I created it. But I'm sure it's not probably technically correct. Plus 0.63. There we go. That's not right. Purchase commitments. So I left that in there on accident. On the last one, gotta be careful of that. Let's so 55.1, so 55.2 rounded up. So 15.7 divided by 55.2. 28.4. There we go. So again, very good here still. Drops it by a little bit. It was 33.5%. This is 28.4. So that's how you calculate ROCE on an advanced level. Again, I don't know if this is technically correct, the way to do this, the advanced calculation, but this is how I do it. Because again, I want to know what these numbers are. These real world numbers that are going to have a real world impact on the company, or that do have a real world impact on the company. I want to know what they are and how they affect profits. In this case, these long-term profits or these long-term obligations affect profits margins by 5 percentage points, which is a pretty significant amount. But again, even if this is technically wrong, like I tell my students, I'd rather be wrong on the conservative side. Plus, I already have these and I'm going to consider these in my analysis anyways. So I hope this helps. If you want to watch the other videos in the series on ROIC and ROCE, we did 4 videos on ROIC. This is the 4th and final concluding video on ROCE. Next up, we're going to start on unlevered return on net tangible equity, explain what it is, why it's important, how to calculate it, and then how to calculate it in advanced fashion as well. And then after that video, we're going to also, I'm going to tell you the difference between these 3 important metrics and why or what the important differences are. I hope this helped, and I hope you're learning a lot in these videos. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, I didn't explain something well enough, let me know in the comments below. If you're watching on YouTube, like, love, share, subscribe, comment, and hit the notification bell so you're notified every time we release a new video, and release new videos all the time. Really appreciate all that stuff. If you're listening on the podcast, again, like, love, share, subscribe. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate a review as well, because the more reviews, views, and listens we get to our content, the more people we can help. If you want more information on, or if you want these calculations and how I calculate them specifically, you can get the valuation and calculation template, from Value Investing Journey for free as part of the 5 free gifts below. You can also get a free PDF copy of my book, How to Value Invest, or a free copy of my guide, 7 tips to picking great stocks as well. You can get those all for free. If you're looking for more help on how to become a great value investor faster, and you want to make this happen faster, you can also get information about our masterclass below this video in the description. But until next time, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Talk soon.